It's lacking the number
Hello.
1 to...
Hello, YouTube. Jefferson, can you say it again, please? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's lacking, yeah.
Yeah. Number from 1 to 4 is not here. Can you help me, please? Okay, now we're going live. Hello, YouTube. I'm Bruna, and I am the hostess today. Thank you so much, Jefferson. This is Talk and Talk, a platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This is a safe place. We are not here to correct or to judge you. We are here just to practice English. My name is Bruna. I'm 27. I live in São Paulo with my family, and I will be hosting this meeting today. In each meeting here, we have a host or a hostess, and this person is just going to create the questions and lead the conversation, mainly here in the main room. We're going to have 2 rooms today, or 3, maybe 3, because of the number of people, so that everybody can have the chance to speak a little bit. Okay, in the breakout room, please choose someone to be the leader. Again, just like me, who will be guiding here. This person in the breakout room just need to make sure everybody's going to have the chance to talk. Okay, please don't forget the philosophy here. Be respectful, don't correct one each other, and enjoy the conversation. I really hope you can think a little bit about the way we talk and we see the mistakes when we are talking, somebody left, so I think I'm going to split us in 2 rooms today, and I think it will be enough. If you need any help in the breakout room, there is a button there called Ask for Help. As I said, this is not a class, but if you want to take classes here on Talk and Talk, you can go to our website and find more information there. Okay? Guys, I don't know what to do. There are 11 of us, maybe 2 rooms. I'm not sure.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So let me delete one here and just organize it. And we're gonna start. Hope you enjoyed the conversation, guys. And at around 9:50, I will bring everybody back, okay, to wrap the meeting up. Don't forget to enjoy it. See you. If you didn't see the invitation, this means you're going to be here in the main room with me. Okay, let's go. Okay, so in the main room today, I have Aline, Giza, Jefferson, and Nondas. I'm going to accept Karina back too, so she's going to be here with us. Let's start introducing yourselves. Aline, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, good morning. I am Aline. I'm from São Paulo. I live here with my daughter. I am 28, and I've been working as an Android developer at iFoods, and I'm here to practice my listening and my speaking.
Very good. It's really good to see you here more often now, right? So welcome.
Yeah.
That's good. Giza and you, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, so I'm Giza. I live in Belém City, Pará State. Well, I am an English teacher, but sometimes I don't have speaking partners. I speak English when I teach, and I'm really passionate about practicing English. Always looking for communities, online community, just like Talk and Talk. I've been here before. I don't remember when. Yeah. And I'm here for practice because I love accents, listening to different accents and Brazilians speaking English and this stuff, all this stuff.
That's awesome, Giza. That's why I started here too, because I am an English teacher too, and I started because of this, because I could like practice just with my students, and then I found TNT, and it kind of changed my life. So it's really good to have you here too. No, that's Andrew. Your turn.
Hello everyone. I'm Nondas. I'm from Brasilia. I work as a personal training. I'm expert in physiology. I am a nutrition student as well. I've been here at TNT since December last year. I love this place. I feel very comfortable to talk, and it changed my life as well. And yeah, that's all.
Very good, Nondas. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Let's go with Karina now.
Hi guys, Karina from Recife, Northwest of Brazil. I'm married, I have a daughter. So I work with technology over 10 years, front developer and UX designer. Yes, and I love English.
Yes, thank you so much. Last but not least, let's go with Jefferson.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jefferson. I live in the most beautiful city of Brazil. It's Goiânia, with nice and beautiful and cool people. I'm economist, professor of Catholic of University of Goiás, and I give my age away.
Yes, I noticed it. You know, you never tell your age. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. No problem at all. Guys, the questions are out of order. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to start answering the first one. Okay. So what do you think linguistic discrimination is from the video, like considering the things she said? Is this something you have already heard or it's the first time? What are your thoughts on it? I'm going to start with you, Karina.
The first question?
Yes, number one. What do you think linguistic discrimination is? Like, have you ever heard about it or it's the first time? Like, if you don't know anything about it, just say it. I have no idea. It's okay.
I think is bad discrimination. I think that I have because the northwest of Brazil, we have an accent more and singing, you know? And I think that the people, I think the south of Brazil, because of my accent, yes, I think that I have a discrimination.
We have already talked about it, right? I think some meetings ago about this discrimination against the Northeast or the North accent. It's said, yeah. Thank you so much. I'm sure this is also part of the linguistic discrimination, definitely. Jefferson, what about you?
Yeah, we have a lot of linguistic discrimination in Brazil. I remember my father, he was from Piauí. It was terrible the way he used to speak so fast, so quickly, so sometimes it's difficult for us to understand. I think it's the same when you see an Indian talking so different the Chinese. And from London, for example, it's terrible for me because I acclimated with the Canadian and United States language, so the accent is so different. And the other, I see something very interesting. I saw about social class. Unfortunately, in Brazil, when you are a poor guy, you used to not to speak the best way. You have not a good Portuguese, unfortunately. And this is a kind of discrimination. The people used to say, when hear somebody talk not the right way, with a lot of mistakes, the discrimination is there must be a poor guy, not a rich guy. Unfortunately, I don't agree with this, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and something else too. I think the linguistic discrimination starts when we say some people speak good Portuguese and other ones speak bad, you know, because if you define what is good and what is bad, you're not focusing on communication, you know, like you're just focusing on grammar. So we are going to talk about it too, but I think it starts from this point, you know, when you define someone or some structures as good and like the other ones as bad, you know. So if you don't follow the grammar, it's already bad and you can be mistreated somehow, you know. It's really complicated. Aline, how do you see it?
Yeah, I agree with you, because for me, linguistic discrimination is not about the way another person say something. It's about communicate. So linguistic discrimination don't need to be in another language. In Portuguese, for example, we did this every day. For example, poor people, how can I say, is not polite words, for example, and we would discriminate this. So it's a way to discrimination.
Yes, yes, definitely. Couldn't agree more. Giza, thank you so much, Aline. Giza and you, what do you think?
I have heard about this before because being a teacher, we had to know about this stuff, right? So linguistic discrimination is it's a kind of serious issue because some people might not get hired because they speak in a certain way, especially in the US, for example. They have laws concerning linguistic discrimination. You cannot fire an employee if you are a manager, if you are in a higher position. You cannot like dismiss or fire an employee just because the way one sounds. The way you sound is not good. Your English, you have a bad English, but you have to know how to communicate, obviously. But because you do not sound American or do not sound British or whatever, in English, we have a lot of like linguistic discrimination, especially when it comes to Black English, because the Black community in the US, they speak in a certain way that is not taken as a kind of standard English, like proper English. And in Brazil, we also have this kind of things, right? We are coming from different parts of Brazil here, like South, North. To me personally, I have never been discriminated against because I know when I speak to people that come from different states, I like that they say, oh, your accent is cute. I like it. Yeah, you have a cute accent. I'm from Pará. Yeah. And to me, it's okay. It's cute. The accent is cute. I love accents. But when it comes to something more tangible, like more serious, people are maybe excluded, yeah, from the workplace environment, yeah. And it's not just about the way you sound, yeah, as Karina said, the accent, right? Jefferson has mentioned the Indian people speaking English, yeah. It's also about the grammar. I mean, people that misspell things, misspell words, use a different kind of structure, yeah. Yeah, that's what I know about.
Yeah, definitely. That's really common, And I want to hear from Nondas now. Thank you so much, Giza. What do you think, Nondas?
The number one for me, it's a kind of arrogance and ego, maybe, and things that we learned and we spread, sometimes conscious or not. So it's bad. It's a problem, and it's about it in specific when we are talking about language learning. So for example, here we have different people with different backgrounds and different accent and things like that. So talking about learning English, for example, some people don't want to learn because of that, don't want to expose yourself because of that, because other people will judge him or other people will make fun about that. So it's a problem. It's a problem, deep problem. And some people don't have opportunities because of that. About grammar, but about slangs, for example, and specific dialects. So it's a prejudice, and at least for me, from my point of view, it's a kind of arrogance. So the most important thing is the communication. And
yes, and just like it's interesting because just like the girl said it in the video, it's something that is normalized. It's okay correcting. Like we usually do this. We are taught, you know, at school, or our family teaches us that it's okay, like that we shouldn't say something this or that way, right? So I want to talk to you about question number 5. How do you feel when you see someone misspelling or mispronouncing a word? Do you feel like correcting the person? And like, do you usually do this? Is this something you usually do? Jefferson, I want to start with you.
For me, as a professional, it's a terrible situation. Because not to correct, I'm very polite, but I don't feel good. For example, today I was at the gym and one guy speaking Portuguese wrong. For me, it's impossible, because he has an undergraduate course. I know him and speak wrong all the time. I really don't know why. I don't feel comfortable about this, because the guy have a good course, have money, and speak not good at all the time. And Nonda said something very interesting about the slang. I remember I was in a gym in Canada, and I tried to talk with the guys. It's impossible. Slang all the time. It was terrible. And I used to say, please, can you translate this for me? This word, this is slang for me, because I can't understand you. So
Yeah.
I did this.
Yeah, but it's important too, Jefferson, just like the girl was saying in the video, you know, usually like people who have more access to education, they usually speak correct, right? Like according to what we think it's correct. And you being in this position, you know, you had more access to education than other people. So I know that you like probably feel this way because of it too, you know.
Yeah, and just to add just 2 things.
Go ahead.
The Beatles, for example, they have a music that they used to say, she don't care, not she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Wrong, but what it can do. And Elton John, the same. One used that he used to say, the go, 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 go. Or the girl, excuse me, the girl.
Yeah.
The girl, da, 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 da. It's
Yeah.
Elton John.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's about communicating, right? Yeah. Giza, and you, how do you feel?
I feel terrible. I mean, in Portuguese, someone is correcting me, I feel embarrassed. But being a teacher, I think you are expected to, you know, to speak Portuguese, to speak proper Portuguese. So if I want to be corrected, I prefer being corrected in private to being corrected in public, you know. But generally speaking, I don't like it. I feel embarrassed. Yeah. And I agree with Anonda that it's arrogant. It's like arrogant when you're arrogant, it's arrogance when you try to correct people's mistakes, especially in public. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you answered the 4th. So when you see someone misspelling or mispronouncing, it's just natural, right? Yeah. Very good. Let's hear from Karina now. And you, Karina, how do you feel when you see someone misspelling or mispronouncing a word? Do you feel like correcting them?
No, I never corrected the person to. I have a friend that's talking some wrong words, but for me it doesn't matter. I focus to understand the context of the situation, the context of what my friend wants to talk with me, you know. I think I'm not comfortable to do that, because I think how can Nonda said arrogant. Yes, I didn't like.
Very good. Yes, it's not nice. But it's interesting what the girl said on the video too, because it's like you feel superior, you know, like you feel you are better than the others just because you know the right structure. It's a deep problem, guys. Oh gosh. Karina, oh, sorry, Aline, and you. Karina has already answered.
Yeah, for me, it depends the context. For example, if I'm in a group of friends, for me, it's okay, correct a friends, because I have a relation and I can correct in a fun way or friendly, and I can help my friend. But if this is a strange or someone I don't have some friendship, I don't do that because I cannot be looks arrogant or superior person.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you then the next two, the fourth, going back a little bit, because you said you sometimes correct your friends. How do you feel when someone corrects you?
Yeah, depends the context. Yeah, because if some friends, for example, correct me, it's okay for me. I thanks for this. I don't know the talk, but it's a strange person. I usually don't like it because I feel the worst person and I feel burra.
Yeah.
So it depends.
Very good. Yeah, I must confess I don't like when people correct me, and it's interesting because I used to work at a school, and then once I mispronounced the word curious. I said curious, and then my boss and the coordinator corrected me at the same time. Like, it's curious, not curious. And guys, I felt so embarrassed that I really got afraid of speaking in English at school. Like, I didn't want to do it anymore in front of other people. And like, it was a language institute, like the place where we shouldn't be judged. So sometimes I think that even if it's someone close, even if it's someone I know, you need to be really careful when you are doing it, just like Karina, just like Aline said, if it's just like, I don't know if, even if it's someone close, I don't know if I would be comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's
really very hard.
Yeah, this is a right way to correct someone, and it's not how can I say, to self-confidence.
Yeah, but like, thinking on the goal of communication, that is transmitting information, I will skip to number 9 now, just to make other people talk. If the objective of communication is to convey information, why do we still focus on correcting what people are writing or saying? Nondas, what do you think?
1 minute. Let me see the question. Number 9.
9, yeah.
I don't know. So talking about the last questions, as a teacher, it's hard because normally I learn to correct people. I learn to teach correcting these people. So it's hard to talk about. It's hard to keep control. Normally, the people is mispronounce something or I don't know, but I want to do it. So, and sometimes Aline brought a good point. Sometimes it's different, at least for me, discrimination and to correct people. So the way that you give the feedback, it's important. So, for example, Giza, I think said about the feel unpleasant, uncomfortable when someone corrects her. So sometimes there's a different ways to give this feedback in a kind way, a soft way. So, and depends on the situation, depends on the goal, it's good. So someone wants you to enhance your English, for example, Charles every time said, oh, correct me, please, please. So it's a kind of different. So about the number 9, I don't know, maybe about the culture. As I said before, we have an structure, we have a culture, a background that teach us to correct people, teach us to do in the right way all the time. And when we saw something different, we feel uncomfortable, and we can we try to correct this person.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much. Jefferson, what do you think?
Well, this is it's very complicated for me because I'm a professor from university and I must correct all the time. I need and I must to correct it because as a professor, I need to correct all the time. And sometimes you have misspelling, some kind of communication is not so good. I must to correct it. I committed a lot of mistakes. It's very common. Yesterday was terrible here. I was in a meeting yesterday, and the questions is about rate and not hate. It's mispronunciation, it was terrible. A lot of mistakes about rate, about classifying, rate, and hate it. And I said, I hate, I don't like the word hate because I can't hate nobody, anything. And the other person said about rate, and classifying the people. So,
but
and I correct, and I said, it's a kind of misspelling. And the way you wrote the word is not corrected. You need to change this.
Yeah, but like talking about these words, rate and hate. If you are like talking to someone, and if you say rate or if you say hate instead of rate, and like the other person got you, it shouldn't be a problem, I think this is the challenge when we are talking about language, right? It's really, really complicated. Giza, how do you see it? Why do we focus on correcting?
Oh, this is such it's a complicated, topic, right? I think number 9, right? We are focusing on number 9.
Yeah, number 9, yeah.
It's difficult to express my ideas here right now, but I'm gonna give it a try.
You can do it.
I think when you are learning foreign language in this context, it's okay to be corrected. Yeah, I mean, as a student and by a teacher, of course, you are learning the sounds. They are not the same sounds as your mother tongue's language. The situation you have just described, Bruna, like being corrected in public by your boss or something, I don't know, it was kind of unpleasant. Yeah, I don't think people should be correcting people like that in this way. I think depending on the situation, so I don't know if you got my point so far. Moving ahead, okay. I think there is this idea of prestige when you speak the standard language. Yeah, you sound better, you sound more educated, right? You give the impression that you are superior, in quotes, superior, yeah. That's why people keep on correcting others. I think that's the thing, you may have like a graduation degree in engineering, but you may speak like informal Portuguese, but we have this kind of society, we have the standards, I have more education than you and blah, 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 and whatnot, I think that's the reason why. I hope I was clear.
Yes, definitely. And this, I sent a video really nice. It's called 3 Ways, I forgot the name, three ways to speak English, or 3 types of English, something like this. And it's a Black girl just kind of talking about like code switching too, because like sometimes we may need to use a more formal language, and some other times we can just relax a little bit and just use more slangs. But I totally agree with you that these standards, they are really harmful at some point. It's really complicated. Oh gosh, Karina, last but not least, what do you think?
I think that we're more concerned on yes, more worry about roles than communication. Talking about the focus on talking with a friends, the parents, the job. But I agree with the Giza that we said we have a teacher and a student. It's okay because you learn to correct you, not to judge you, only to correct you, to learn the correct way. But I feel talking here with a friend, and Karina is wrong, I think focus on not focus on the roles, focus on the communication. It's okay, because I'm native speaker in Portuguese, but I think that I speak wrong Portuguese. It's okay. No problem.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much.
I don't know nothing about grammar in Portuguese. Nothing.
Yeah, and we are making mistakes all the time, and it's interesting because it's like that idea we have that native English teachers are better than non-natives. I am not able to teach Portuguese because I don't know the rules. I haven't studied, so it's really complicated. Well, I think I will skip to number 10. Is it possible to have everybody speaking with the same accent and without any mistakes? How would the world be if this happened? Giza, what do you think?
Very interesting question. Yeah, I don't think it's possible. I think just like the height, the weight, the way we look, the hair, yeah, the skin color, we do have, and we speak in different ways. We do have accents, we do have variety in language. So this is not possible. If it were possible, I think it would be weird. I'm not sure why, but yeah.
Maybe it would be boring.
And like robots, we would be like robots. Hello.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, and I think it's nice too, because accents and language is about culture too. Like I don't even know if it's possible to keep the same things. I don't think so. Aline, what do you think about it?
For me, it's impossible, because for that we would need to select correct accents, and I think it's not exists a correct accents. Each countries, each person have an accent and have a way to speak something. So for me, it's impossible.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Karina, what about you?
I think it's impossible. I think that the word with how fun, because I think the magic for me is to know the culture, is to know the accent. I recently have experienced doing a participating hackathon with women of different countries, India, Canadian, Nepal, and for me, Brazil. We talking during project. It was amazing. It was amazing. Because
Yes.
I can learn the accent, the India and the Nepal. It was interesting experience for me. Yes.
I can imagine. Yeah, because just like Jefferson said something about British English being hard or Indian English being terrible. But actually, it's just because we are not exposed to these
Yeah.
language, like to this accent, sorry. So it feels terrible because we don't have access to it, right? But actually, it's just another way, and it's difficult at first, because it's not familiar. But then, but it's important to be open to this content too. I've been trying to follow some influencers from other countries because it helps me so much, like watch vlogs, while they are speaking like naturally, fluently, with a different accent. And it's nice because we can learn other cultures and everything. So it's really rich to have access to this stuff. Jefferson, what do you think? Is it possible?
It's a difficult question for me because, as I said, as a professional with doctorated, we can have different accent. It's very common in a congress, but about the mistakes, it's impossible. We can't commit mistakes when we are in a congress of doctorated. As for example, next week I'm going to Brasilia to talk with the best economist of Brazil. Only economists with doctorated, and I can't commit a mistake. If I commit mistake, the other used to look for me and to change the face and something like this. Because we are communicated the language of economics. Economics is not the Portuguese, the English, the economics, and we can't commit a mistake. That's a big problem for us because
really
we,
toxic.
yeah,
it's a bit.
Yeah, it's different when we talk here. Here we can commit a lot of mistakes, no problem.
Yeah.
But you in a peer-to-peer with the same level of doctorate, it's very complicated for us. So this is a good question. And how would the world be if this happened? It's like Giza said, it's very interesting. It's like a robot. I can imagine a society with the same accent, It's impossible. It's not so easy. It's, as I said, it's so difficult to listen the Indian. I have been in China, for example. It's terrible to listen the R from China. It's terrible. Sometimes you can understand, but what can you do? That's the reality.
Listen more, yeah. Listen and listen much more, yeah. I think that's the only way to make it better, right? To face it and to have more, to listen to it more. Thank you so much. No, doesn't you? What do you think?
Even in Portuguese is hard. For example, some people from Portugal, it may be impossible. Some people sounds impossible to understand. Even in Brazil, we have different regions, so it's hard to comprehend some accents from specific regions. And yeah, it's impossible about the question. Impossible. And if it would be possible, it would be boring. So our way to talk, it's a kind of our brains. So it's important to keep our way and to have this way. It's good. It's different, and because of that, it's interesting. If everybody talk in the same way, boring.
Yeah.
Maybe boring.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I loved it. Guys, maybe we can start the last one. Not why should we stop, but how can we start, or how can we start stopping this linguistic discrimination? I think it's a system, so we may need to talk more and more about it. So I want to know from you. Karina, what do you think? How can we start doing it?
How can we?
How can we start stopping linguistic discrimination?
Number
How can I
11.
stop it? Number 11,
Oh.
yeah, the last one. Why should we stop it? And how can we start, the stopping
Oh,
this?
okay. Sorry.
It's okay. No problem.
Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Not judging. Doing nothing. Not matter with rallies. I think that's it. Flow the communication. I think that's it.
Very good. Thank you. Nondas and you.
Respect. Maybe what other people say or the way that other people say, it doesn't matter for me. It's important to have a communication. If it's important for me, okay, I should do it. But if it's not important for me, it's about other people. So it doesn't matter for me. It's important to talk, just talk, to have connection and to enhance each other and improve your minds. Yeah.
Very good. And I just want to add something to the language changes every day, right? So maybe today saying doesn't, she doesn't, or maybe in the future it will be better to say, or right to say she don't, like we never know. Language is always changing. So this is something important to think, I think too. Giza, what do you think?
I agree with Karina, let it flow. But I think it's important to raise awareness of the situation. Yeah, maybe look for more information about it because it's a real thing. It's kind of serious, right? People kind of might not be hired just because they sound in a certain way. Even English teachers, like sometimes they're not hired because they speak with an Indian accent or a different accent, a foreign accent, So I think first step would be raising awareness and getting more information about that,
Very good. You're totally, I couldn't agree more with you. Guys, I'm bringing the guys from the breakout room back. So I loved it. I wish we could talk more and more about it. They are coming back. And I will just check how the conversation was, and we're almost over. Okay, Alvaro, how was the conversation for you? Did you like it?
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, very good. Let me ask you something here. One of the questions. Do you know anyone who speaks grammarly correct at all times?
Yes, actually, I know many teachers, Portuguese teachers, actually speak very right. Don't say slangs or expression. For example, in Minas, we say, ó você ver. Olha para você ver. Ó você ver.
Yeah.
These teachers, I never heard this speak wrong. But actually, there are many years I know, see other guys speak very right Portuguese.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that all?
Thank you. Let's check with Gabby. How was the conversation for you?
Was amazing. The persons in my room was like completely lovely. I enjoy a lot the conversation and I love the topic. If you want to bring the second part of that, I will come to see this again. Really.
Girl, I must confess, it took me months to write these questions because it's a really hard topic, and I've been thinking about it for too long. I love talking about it, and it's really hard. but I will think about it. Okay, I will consider it. Because I suffered a little bit to write the questions. Thank you. Yes, let me ask you something. Number 4, if you're talking to someone and you mispronounce or say something wrong and the person corrects you, how do you feel? Like, do you think it's okay correcting sometimes or not? Like, never?
No, I don't think like it's good. If the person don't ask for this, don't do this. And I think we have like the right place to do this in the right way. Like I said on the breakout room, sometimes the person are correcting you and like it seems that they are angry. So I think we need to put kindness in our words, you know, when we are correcting someone.
Very good, very good. Yes, and we kind of talked about it here too, about the place, the best way of doing it. It's complicated. Mateus, I want to ask you another one. How can linguistic discrimination affect us when we're learning new languages? What do you think? Have you ever felt this? Do you have any experience?
I didn't. Nothing that I can remember related to learning another language, but I think it can make a person feel ashamed, and this is very bad. This is in our room. Gabi and Yasmin talked about this. Yasmin got an example of words that she hates because she was corrected, and I begin thinking of this. I don't have any example of this happening to me, but I don't. I think that there is like you guys said, better places or contexts where it's okay to correct. Like here we are learning, and there is kind ways to correct other people, like from a place of suggestion. Like I am, you say in so you say something in some way that I think that could be said in a better way. I will not tell you that you are wrong, but I can tell you that you can say it in a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's really delicate, and this is something we really avoid doing here, you know, like we don't correct. If you ask, like just like Yas said, you know, if somebody asks me, I can give my impressions, you know, and say what I think, but not like open my mic and say like, oh, you should say this, you know. It's really complicated, and can harm, you know, can harm people. Yeah. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure having you here today. I really hope you have enjoyed the talk. I've just sent the link for you to send your feedback. You can say whatever you want. You can suggest other topics. And I really hope to see you here next week too, and see you around. And I think that's all. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great Wednesday, and see you. Thank you.